Hello there and welcome back. This video is gonna be another video about Marvel Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, and it's basically gonna be a little bit of a rant about the new update with New Game Plus and some new suits and such, and the lack of more symbiote suits for Peter in this game. So basically, as we know by now, this game is Insomniac's version of the Spider-Man symbiote saga. So Peter has the black suit, and then we also see Venom. And I understand that they didn't want to make Venom playable in the free roam and give us like alternate suits for Venom or something like that, because maybe they want to do like a DLC or a new game with him, right? But this is definitely Peter's symbiote saga. So we have the black suit and the anti-venom suit. Also, they implemented the evolving kind of black suit, right, from the original to the symbiote surge version. And I think they could have added like more suits, especially like with this new update, since we only got like a couple of suits for both. So as far as the suits already in game, Peter has 5 symbiote suits and Miles has 3 symbiote inspired suits. So Peter has Insomniac's version of the black suit, which comes with 3 variations in the new update. We have the original, then we have a black suit with a red logo, which is inspired by the original look of the black suit in the comics. Next up we have an anti-venom looking suit, which is all white with black logos. And finally we have the black suit, but the fleshy bits are red. Then we have the Surge suit, which is the evolution of the Insomniac black suit. And we have the original color, then we have an anti-venom color, a black suit with red logo, and finally a full red with white logos, which I assume is supposed to be the evolution of the last recolor of the original suit, which has black plates and red fleshy bits, and I guess the symbiote turns into this fully red Carnage looking symbiote. Then we have of course the anti-venom suit with the original white and black logos. Then the second recolor is dark blue and silver, which look very like Shield inspired colors, in my opinion at least. And next we have a red with black logos, which doesn't really like impress me as much as the red Surge suit, because the Surge suit has like more darker red and looks a bit more menacing. I guess this is supposed to look more friendly, I suppose that's why it's a lighter shade of red, I guess. And then finally we have a black with white logos recolor of the anti-venom suit. And then we have the classic symbiote suit, or classic black suit as they call it in the game. And we have the original black with white logos. Then we have a purple recolor, which is inspired by the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. Next up we have a white with black logos, which I guess could be the anti-venom of the classic suit. And finally we have a black suit with the red and blue like shade to it, similar to the Venom design in the animated series from the 90s. I really like this last recolor, because even though the original like black suit for Peter only had like the blue shade, and then Venom had the red and blue, but it's still very iconic. And finally we have the Tobey Maguire black suit, which the game actually doesn't treat as a symbiote. So whenever you put it on, you don't get the tendrils abilities like when you're free roaming, like the jump and the dash forward. You use the spider arms, and also during the finisher he would use the spider arms. So I don't understand why Insomniac doesn't allow the game to treat this suit as a symbiote, because it's obviously supposed to be a symbiote suit. So I hope they fix that in a future update, because they do like pay attention to the community and such, so hopefully they will fix it. I just hope it's not like an issue of copyright and such, because I'm not sure if they can't modify like the movie suits, so I guess we'll see. So you can say we have like 4.5 symbiote suits, because the last one is not treated as such. And then we have Miles with like 3 symbiote inspired suits. First we have the King in Black, which is basically a Miles suit combined with the design of Null, the god of symbiotes in the comics, which comes with like the original color. Then we have a full red with black logos, white and black, and a full green with gold accents, which I think this green recolor would look better with purple logos, similar to the Prowler suit. Then we have the Absolute Carnage suit, which is based on the Absolute Carnage comic run, where Miles like turns in the like this like monstrous version of him with like the spiral logo on his head and like Carnage looking mouth. And I think he has like 4 arms or 6 arms, I don't remember. And then he somehow like purifies the symbiote and turns it into this like looking costume. So we have like obviously this inspiration from the comics. Then we have like a few recolors: the red and blue, obviously looking a lot more like Carnage, a black and white that looks like a Venomized version of it, and obviously a white and black, which would look similar to the anti-Venom symbiote suits. And finally, we have the Dark Ages suit, which it's also based like on a couple of suits of Miles from the Dark Ages comic run. First, he has the Venom symbiote, so he has like the suit like with the logo and such, and like a hoodie. But the hood doesn't have like the spikes, right? So further on in the comics, at some point he turns like into a more venomized version of this suit, and I think he's like a minion of Apocalypse or something like that. And he's like black with red logos, and the hood turns into like spikes engulfing his head. So I guess they took like the designs of both and made like a suit out of it. So the first suit is like black with the red logos, like the more monstrous version of it. Then we have a second one which is red and black, um, a white and black, like more anti-venom looking one, and the final one has like a gradient from orange to red. I don't understand why they didn't make like a Venom looking version of this, like the one from the comics. Because I could have they could have switched the red one, for example, and give us the Venom color scheme. Basically, since it's a costume that exists more than anything. And also they also have like a suit that was I think it came with the deluxe edition, and it's the biomechanical suit. I know it's not like a symbiote suit, but I don't know, it looks very similar to Peter's black suit since it has like these armor looking plates and then like fleshy bits, so I thought I would just include this. Even though I don't think it's supposed to be a symbiote suit, it's very similar. So yeah, for a game that's very like the whole plot revolves around the symbiote and the whole like web of shadows looking invasion in the last act, I think they should have included more symbiote suits, especially for Peter. So here are some ideas of possible symbiote suits they could add in a new update or a DLC. For Peter, they could use a few suits from the comics since he had like a few different suits. For example, the Superior Venom suit, which is a suit where Dr. Octavius is in control of Peter's mind. We already have the Superior Spider-Man suit, so it'd be nice to have this one too. It's basically the Superior Spider-Man suit with the Venom color pattern, so I think it would look cool, especially with the messy webbing, which they could like accentuate in the Venomized version. Then we can also have like fully Venomized Peter, since in I don't remember which comic, but there's a comic where Peter refuses to take off the suit, so it takes like control of him. So the suit like morphs a little bit, sort of like the Surge Spider-Man suit. It also has like tendrils coming out of him, and the eyes are very menacing. And it has like 4 tiny holes on his face, which are supposed to be his nose and mouth, I guess, and it looks very creepy. He also murders a lot of villains and people in this comic, so it would be an interesting costume. Even though the design is a bit more bulky, I think they could work it in without it looking weird. Next, they could add like the Poison Symbiote, which is from another comic run in an alternate universe, I guess. where Peter is like, I think he dies and gets turns into a sort of cocoon, and he's supposed to be reborn as a spider or something, and he refuses, so he becomes like trapped in this like incomplete metamorphosis state. And the Venom symbiote takes this chance to like bond with him, and I think like the Venom symbiote is also more in control, and he's very creepy looking. I think the last game, and maybe the only one to include this skin, was Spider-Man: The Edge of Time, and it would be a very interesting, like creepy looking symbiote suit. And the same note of creepiness, they could also include the Spider-Carnage symbiote. I'm not sure if it appeared in any comics, but I know it from the 90s animated series, where in an alternate reality, Peter bonds with the symbiote suit, and he becomes like evil and tries to destroy the multiverse, I think. So it'd be definitely a cool skin to have. And I'm not sure if they didn't add this one because they're waiting like on a Carnage DLC or a new game. So I guess we'll see. And finally, I think they could also add like Topher Grace's Venom suit, since Spider-Man 3's Venom is more slim and short, and not as big as the usual design for Venom. So I think it'd be perfect for a Peter skin, and it would be interesting to see it like in comparison with Tobey's black suit, since they're from the same universe, and also the Venom symbiote like recreates the silver web pattern from the black suit, but it's like all messy because I assume it makes it from memory, and it also features the classic big white spider logo Venom has. So that's it for suits that like exist in other media, but I think they could get more creative with it and like create more original suits like symbiote suits. But they could also like I don't know, create black suit alternates for like existing suits from the past game or other suits. For example, we could have a Spider-Man Noir Venom symbiote like suit, also a 2099 Spider-Man symbiote suit. Also maybe give the Scarlet Spider a version of the black suit and other like skins from the game. For example, we can have like a symbiote version of the Iron Spider, where the symbiote like goes over the armor, and we have like a very like mechanical looking symbiote, and it would be an interesting design. And I'm sure they could also come up with more ideas for different suits, like see a Venomized version of Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man suit, also a Venomized version of Tom Holland's suit. I think they have like a lot of potential like ideas to add more suits in the game. Hopefully with time we'll see like more suits added to the game, and I hope most of them will be like symbiote suits, because we're missing a few suits from the original game, but in this game I think it's more important to focus on the symbiote suits. Also maybe Insomniac could design some symbiote looks for Miles as for new suits and DLC, maybe based on other costumes like the Miles 2020 suit, or the new design from the comics from his anniversary, which has the black and pink color scheme. And maybe they could add like a special symbiote finisher for Miles, since he has the special finisher for the family business suit, where the spider arms come out of the suit for a special finisher, and also the bodega cat, which also has like a special finisher involving the cat. They could add like I don't know, like a tendril finisher using the symbiote he's wearing, just to like amplify the feel of this is a symbiote suit and it's more powerful. And I'm also gonna reiterate some ideas from my previous video, because we definitely need more symbiote tender colors. For example, have like red tendrils for the symbiote suits with red logos. Maybe also have like other variations, for example the purple tint from the Ultimate Spider-Man black suit. If they ever add like a Spider-Carnage, would also have the ability to change up to like red tendrils or maybe even blue. I think they should definitely implement this in more of a like a color wheel, for example, where you can use like from various colors like black, red, white, and I don't know, whatever colors they could implement based on the symbiote suits in game. And they could also let us choose web wings at least let us choose between the ones already in the game. Like we've seen like various web wing colors in the game for different suits. So it'd be nice for them to just allow us to switch, and if they could also implement more colors, it would be awesome. But at least let us use the ones in the game. And I'm also gonna focus again on the idea I had in my previous video of allowing us to choose both a main normal Spider-Man suit and a symbiote suit for Peter. So it will allow us to switch like in Web of Shadows and like see the animation that they already have in game. We have an animation where the symbiote goes over the costume and creates the symbiote, so that they could use that for us to be able to change in game. So when you change from that, from a normal suit to a symbiote suit, your abilities changes from the selected spider arm abilities to the symbiote abilities. And I think they could easily implement this, and it would be such a like big improvement in my opinion, especially for New Game Plus and like new playthroughs of the game. If you'd like to learn more about these ideas, you could check my previous video, which I'll try to link in the description, because I went over a few ideas I thought they were gonna implement for the March update. But hopefully they'll add them later in some sort of DLC maybe. If they have like story DLC with more content, I guess they would be able to take the time to add these like different systems to the game. And hopefully if they're not gonna be in this game, maybe they'll add them later. However, like plot-wise, Peter I don't think is gonna have the symbiote again. But I I do think there were leaks of a Venom game or DLC. So Venom has to come back somehow, and maybe we'll see Bully Lowenthal again, hopefully, at least in like a DLC before we move on to Spider-Man 3. So I think that's about the extent of my ideas. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and if you have like different ideas or other suits I missed, like if there are other symbiote suits for both Peter and Miles, that would be interesting to see in the game. And that's about it. See ya.